stranded with a stranger on an alien planet. Smoke filled the small escape pod. Sparks flew from the broken control panel. Terran coughed hard, his lungs burning. He pushed a button, but nothing worked. The crash had damaged everything. He looked around. No one else was inside. Just him. "Hello? Anyone?" Terran shouted, his voice shaky. No reply. Outside, the sky was green. The trees glowed blue. Strange birds flew above, screeching in sharp, ugly sounds. The ground was dark, cracked, and filled with glowing purple mushrooms. The air smelled thick, wet, and dangerous. Terran stepped out, holding his backpack. He was a young human engineer working on a space station before everything went wrong. A surprise meteor storm had hit. The alarm screamed. People ran. He had jumped into the nearest escape pod. Now he was here, alone. "Great," he said. "Just great." Suddenly, a growl came from behind the trees. Terran froze. Another growl. Louder. Closer. He turned slowly. His heart beat fast. Sweat rolled down his face. Then she appeared. Tall. Strong. Half human. Half beast. Her skin was bronze with patterns like a tiger. Her eyes glowed gold. She had long wild hair, pointed ears, and sharp claws. Her legs were like a cat's, strong and fast. She wasn't wearing much, just leather straps and bones. Her chest rose and fell quickly, like she was breathing heavy. Her nose twitched. She sniffed the air, like an animal smelling prey. Terran stepped back. I'm not here to fight," he said. The Beastwoman growled low. Then she spoke in a deep, rough voice. "Mate." Terran's eyes widened. "What?" She stepped closer. Her eyes never left his. Her tail flicked once behind her. "I think there's a misunderstanding," Terran said, holding up his hands. "I'm just lost. I don't even know who you are." She didn't care. She kept walking toward him. Terran turned and ran. He didn't get far. She moved like lightning, leaping over rocks, landing in front of him. Her claws touched the ground. Her chest heaved. She looked wild. Hungry, but not for food. "Stay," she growled. "I'm not staying," Terran shouted, stepping back. She tilted her head. Her golden eyes narrowed. Then suddenly, another sound. "Raaga." A giant insect-like beast, with 4 legs and big jaws, came from the trees. It hissed and charged at Terran. Terran screamed, covering his head. But the Beastwoman moved faster. With a roar, she jumped onto the creature, slashing it with her claws. The alien beast screeched and kicked, but she was stronger. She bit its neck and dragged it down. Blood sprayed the grass. The insect monster twitched, then stopped moving. Terran stared in shock. "You saved me." The Beastwoman turned to him, blood on her arms. She stood tall. "Yes," she said. "Mate, safe." He didn't know what to say. She walked closer again, but this time, slower, calmer. She looked at his face carefully. Her hand touched his shoulder gently. Terran's heart pounded in his chest. She smelled his neck. "Good male," she said, like it was a fact. "Okay, listen," Terran said, nervous. "We're clearly different species. I don't think we can. I mean, this isn't what I expected when I crashed." She didn't understand everything, but she understood one thing. He was scared. She backed off slightly but kept watching him. Then she said something strange. "No clan. Alone. You stay." Terran blinked. "You're alone too." She nodded. Slowly, then pointed to the sky. "Stars burn. Ship fall. All gone." Terran understood. She had also crashed. Maybe years ago. Maybe longer. He looked around at the alien jungle. There was no one else. No ship. No crew. No rescue. Just him. And her. The silence grew heavy. Suddenly, thunder boomed in the sky. Rain began to fall, thick and purple, making his skin sting a little. Turin winced. She grabbed his hand. "Shelter," she said. Turin didn't fight. He let her lead him into the trees. They ran through thick vines, under glowing mushrooms, past creatures watching with red eyes. After a while, they reached a dark cave, hidden under large stones. She lit a torch. The inside was warm, dry, and filled with bones, herbs, and carved walls. It was her home. Turin sat down, breathing hard. She handed him something to drink. He smelled it. Sour, but not bad. He drank. Then she sat close beside him. He looked at her. She looked at him. And then she said again, softly this time, "Mate." Turin had no idea what tomorrow would bring. But one thing was clear. He wasn't alone anymore. Beast instincts, human heart. Turin woke up with a start. The cave was dark, the fire now just glowing embers. Wind howled outside, carrying the eerie cries of alien birds. Something moved nearby. His eyes adjusted to the shadows. She was there, Criari, the Beastwoman, sitting by the cave wall, sharpening a bone knife. Her back was to him, but her ears twitched as if she knew he was watching. Turin slowly sat up, his muscles sore from sleeping on stone. The alien drink she had given him had helped him rest, but he still felt like a stranger in a dream that refused to end. He wasn't on Earth, not anymore. And the only living being he had seen in this wild, glowing jungle was her, the beast. She suddenly turned her head and looked straight at him. "You stay," she said in her deep, growling voice. "Good, you live." He swallowed hard. "I didn't have much of a choice." Criari stood up and walked over to him. Her steps were slow but powerful, each one making a soft thump on the stone floor. She crouched near him and studied his face again, like she had never seen a human before. Or maybe like she had seen too many and lost them all. "You scared?" she said. Turin nodded. "Wouldn't you be?" She paused, thinking. Then she answered, "I was. Long time ago." She turned and pointed to the wall. Carvings were etched deep into the stone. Strange symbols. Some looked like people. Some looked like monsters. One showed a large ship crashing into fire. Another showed many like her, beast people, surrounding a fire. Turin walked over to look. "This is your clan." "Was," she whispered. "All gone. Killed. Fire and metal sky." Turin understood. An attack. Maybe humans. Maybe another alien race. But she had lost everything. Now she was alone. Just like him. He felt something stir in his chest. Not attraction. Not yet. But something else. Pity. Respect. Maybe even a little guilt. After all, humans were no saints in space. Colonies. Wars. Mining alien worlds without asking. Who knew what she had seen? He turned to her. "I'm sorry." Criari looked confused. "Sorry." He pointed to the carvings. "For your people. For your pain." She stared at him for a long moment. Then, for the first time, she smiled. Not a full smile, just a small lift of the lips, but it made her look less beast and more woman. "You, different," she said. Turin gave a small laugh. People say that a lot. Suddenly, her face changed. She sniffed the air, then growled. "What?" Turin asked quickly. "Not safe," she said. "Others come." He frowned. "Others? Who?" She grabbed her spear and moved to the cave entrance. Her muscles tensed. Her breathing changed. Turin followed slowly, peeking out from behind her. In the distance, barely visible through the jungle mist, metal flashed between the trees. Drones. Flying, scanning, slow and deadly. Turin's stomach dropped. "They're searching. But for me or for you?" Criari growled low. "They hunt heat. Me." Terran turned to her, confused. What do you mean heat? She looked down, embarrassed. Her chest rose and fell. She held her stomach like something inside her burned. Cycle. Body wants. Mate. Terran stepped back. Wait. Like mating season. She nodded slowly. Only few days. Then over. He rubbed his face. So you're going through that now. Her breathing got heavier. She looked at him, and this time, her eyes weren't wild. They were pleading. Not hurt, not force. Just stay close. Terran felt his face heat up. He was an engineer, not a soldier or a scientist. He wasn't trained for alien biology or handling Beastwoman in heat, but something inside told him she wasn't dangerous. Not like that. He nodded slowly. I'll stay, but you must control yourself. She gave a low nod. Try. For you. Suddenly, the loud hum of the drones came closer. Blue lights flashed between the trees. Shakira turned fast. We run. Terran grabbed his bag. Where? She pointed. Old den. Safe. Deeper. They ran, through mud and roots, across rivers glowing with alien fish. The jungle came alive with sound. Behind them, the drones followed. At one point, a red light locked onto Terran's back. Shakira turned with a roar and leaped, knocking the drone out of the sky with her spear. It crashed, hissing smoke. She grabbed Terran's hand. Move. They ran for hours. Finally, they reached a cliffside with a hidden crack in the rocks. Shakira pushed through. Inside, it was quiet. Dark. Safe. Terran collapsed, panting. She sat beside him, her body tense. He looked at her. You okay? She nodded once. Heat strong, but not crazy. Terran laughed lightly. Well, that's good to hear. Then she surprised him. She touched his hand gently and said, You are kind. You no-take. You ask. You respect. He met her golden eyes. You saved me too, he said. Maybe we're both not what the other expected. A long silence passed. Outside, thunder rumbled again. Purple rain began to fall. Inside, in the small dark cave, a human and a Beastwoman sat side by side. Different worlds, different bodies, different pain. But maybe not so different after all. The moon rises, and so does the heat. Night came quickly on the alien world. The stars above were huge, closer than Terran had ever seen. 3 moons hung in the sky like watchful eyes. The biggest one, glowing red, began to rise above the trees. Inside the cliffside cave, Terran sat near a small fire, sharpening a broken metal pipe into a makeshift weapon. Shakira sat across from him, quiet, still, but something was changing in her. Her claws tapped against the stone floor. Her golden eyes shimmered with a strange light. Her body was tense, her breathing deep and uneven. The heat was getting stronger. Terran could feel it, not from her body, but in the air, like a wild tension that wrapped itself around the cave walls. You okay? Terran asked gently. Shakira looked at him. Her eyes glowed brighter now under the red moonlight. She said nothing for a long moment. Then, moon rises. Blood moon. My kind. We change. Change how? Terran asked, his voice soft but cautious. She turned away. Instinct gets strong. Heat gets worse. Terran's heart pounded. Worse, like you lose control. She nodded slowly. If alone, I break. Brain go. Body take over. But if near someone I trust, I hold longer. She looked at him now, eyes full of storm. I trust you. Terran swallowed hard. Okay, we can get through this. Just stay calm. Shakira closed her eyes, trying to control her breathing. But her body was trembling. Suddenly, her claws scratched the stone wall. I feel fire inside, like lightning under skin. She stood up and walked to the entrance, her back arched, tail flicking wildly. Her body shimmered with sweat. She looked like a warrior trying not to fall apart. Terran stood, unsure what to do. "Do you need water? Food?" "No," she growled, her voice deeper. "I need silence." He stayed back, giving her space. But the silence was broken by a sudden howl in the distance. Then another. Then silence again. Shakira turned fast. Hunters. Not drones. Alive ones. My kind. But twisted. Change. Terran frowned. "Wait, you said your people died." "They did. But some were taken. Used. Changed. Now, beasts with no soul. They follow the heat. They smell it." Her voice cracked. "They come for me." Terran grabbed his pipe weapon. "Then we fight." Shakira looked at him with surprise. "You fight? For me?" "Yes," he said. "You protected me. Now it's my turn." For a moment, something softened in her face. Then her jaw tightened. "We move. Now." They ran out of the cave into the night, past glowing flowers, over soft moss, under trees dripping with blue sap. The jungle was alive and watching. Shakira moved fast, despite the heat slowing her. Terran followed close behind. They reached a small waterfall that dropped into a glowing river. She stopped. "This is old ground. Sacred. They can't smell well near water," she said. Terran helped her build a quick shelter using branches, vines, and stone. As they worked, Shakira's breathing grew heavy again. The red moon was almost at its highest. Her legs gave out suddenly. She dropped to her knees. "Shakira." He ran to her side. She grabbed his arm, her grip strong. "Too strong now. I feel burning. Want to lose control." Terran knelt beside her. "You're not a beast. You're strong. You saved me twice. You'll get through this too." She looked up at him. Her eyes were glassy now. Her body shook. "Why are you kind?" He gave a small smile. "Because I see the real you. Not just the claws and tail." Suddenly, loud footsteps came from the trees. They turned. 3 large figures appeared, taller than Shakira, thicker, darker, like her, but wrong. Twisted. Their eyes were empty. Their skin patchy. Long drool dripped from their sharp teeth. They hissed. "Run," Shakira said. "No," Terran whispered, standing up. He raised his metal pipe. His legs shook, but his grip was firm. The first beastman charge. Shakira, still shaking from heat, rose beside Terran. Her claws extended. Together, they fought. Terran swung hard, hitting one beastman in the leg. Shakira slashed at another's face. Blood sprayed. The air filled with roars. One grabbed Terran and threw him into a tree. He hit hard and groaned. "Leave him," Shakira screamed, jumping onto the beast's back. She bit down on its neck and twisted. It dropped with a thud. She ran to Terran. "You hurt." "I'll live," he said, standing with pain. "How many more?" "Too many," she whispered. Then suddenly, a loud boom echoed in the sky. A flash of light. A drone exploded above them. Then, a voice crackled in Terran's earpiece. "This is Rescue Ship Alpha. Terran Doyle, respond." He stared in shock. "They found me." Shakira froze. He turned to her. "I can go home." She stepped back, chest rising fast, heat pulsing off her like a second fire. "You go, I stay," she said quietly. Terran's chest ached. "You can come too. Maybe they'll understand." She shook her head. "They won't. To them, I'm danger. I'm beast." "No," he said firmly. "You're more human than they'll ever be." Her hands trembled. "If I come, I die. If I stay, I break." He walked to her. "Then we make another choice." She looked at him, confused. You said you trust me, Terran said. I do, she whispered. Then hold on. Just one more night. We'll find a way. He wrapped her in his arms. She was burning hot, trembling from instincts she couldn't stop. But she didn't hurt him. She just held on. The red moon glowed bright above them. And deep in the jungle, between two broken beings from different worlds, a bond was born. Hunted by aliens, hiding with a beast. Rain fell hard. Not earth rain. This was heavier, purple, and sticky like syrup. It made the leaves hiss and glow. Each drop left small burns on the skin if exposed too long. Terran stood under a massive leaf, holding it above Shakira as she leaned against a tree. Her body was still hot from the heat cycle, but the worst of it seemed to be fading, for now. She looked tired, her breathing slower, her eyes less wild, but danger still lingered in the jungle like smoke. I don't think they're gone, Terran whispered. Shakira's golden eyes slowly opened. She nodded. No. They wait. Smell still here. They had escaped the twisted beastman, but barely. Now they were deeper in the jungle, hiding under roots and moss, where the smell of blood and heat might be masked by the earth. Terran looked down at his bruised hands. The fight had been brutal. His side still ached from hitting the tree. But what hurt more was the thought that someone did this to her species, turned her people into monsters. Shakira, he said, I need to know. Who did this? Who changed your kind? She looked away. Long time ago, Metal Sky came. They took us. Many. For tests. Not kill. Change. Humans? She shook her head. No, not humans. Cold ones. Skin like ice. Eyes like glass. Terran blinked. The Criari. She nodded slowly. Yes. That word. Criari. Terran had read about them once. An ancient alien race. Rare, secretive, mostly believed to be extinct. They didn't attack with armies. They used science. Genetic testing. Experiments. They didn't want planets. They wanted control over biology itself. They used us like toys, she said. Changed our minds. Our bodies. Some broke. Some became monsters. Her voice cracked. I escaped. Terran felt sick. That's why the drones follow you. They still want you. Yes, I'm last pure one. Terran looked into the jungle. The vines moved slowly, but he knew something else did too. Then we can't stay here. She nodded. I take you to old place. My people's last stronghold. Hidden. He helped her stand. She was still weak, but stronger than before. They walked for hours. The jungle got thicker. Strange creatures watched from high trees, some curious, some hungry. Shakira stopped once and knelt near a plant. Eat this, she said, offering a red fruit. Terran took a bite. Sweet, warm, like cooked berries. Give strength, she said. He gave her the rest. Finally, they reached a giant tree, bigger than anything Terran had seen. Wider than a house, taller than a mountain. At its base, covered in roots, was a broken stone door. Shakira pressed her hand against a panel. The door creaked open. Inside was silence. They entered a large underground chamber. The walls were carved with symbols. Bones lined the corners. Old weapons. Broken armor. This was your city? Terran asked quietly. She nodded. Long ago, before Criari came. It felt holy, like stepping into a forgotten temple. Terran explored the space. One wall had glowing symbols. Another had a large mirror, cracked but still showing their reflections. He noticed something strange in the mirror. His reflection was normal. But Shakira's reflection, it flickered. For a second, he saw her in a different form. More human. Her eyes softer. Her skin smoother. What was that? He asked. She turned. Old mirror. Shows true form. So That's what you looked like before." She nodded. "The Criari didn't just change your body. They locked you inside it." Shakira placed her hand on the mirror. "I miss her. The real me. She was strong, but soft. Now, I must be hard to live." Turin walked to her side. "You're still her. I've seen it." She looked at him, eyes watery. "You believe in me?" He nodded. More than anyone. They sat together on the stone floor. But peace didn't last long. The room shook. Dust fell from the ceiling. Then came the sound, metal scraping stone. Turin jumped up. "They found us." Shakira snarled. "Drones come first, then cold ones." She rushed to an old box, opened it. Inside were ancient weapons, some glowing, some rusted. She handed Turin a spear with electric tips. "You fight." He grinned. "I'll try." The door burst open. 2 silver drones floated in, scanning fast. Shakira leaped into the air, landing on one and slashing it with her claws. It sparked and fell. The second shot a blue beam. Turin rolled aside and threw the spear, direct hit. The drone fell, twitching. Then came the real threat. From the dark tunnel, 2 Criari soldiers stepped out. Tall, thin, glowing with blue skin and glass-like eyes. Their faces held no emotion. One spoke in a voice like ice. "Subject Shakira, you will return." She growled. "I will die first." The Criari raised a glowing rod. "Then die." Turin shouted, "Not today." He rushed forward, swinging a broken shield he found earlier. The rod hit the shield and sparked. Turin kicked the Criari in the chest. It flew back into a wall. Shakira tackled the second one. They rolled, claws and weapons clashing. She was faster now, stronger. Like the fire inside her had turned into rage for justice. With a roar, she stabbed the Criari in the chest with her claws. It shrieked and melted into the floor. The other tried to crawl away. Turin picked up a glowing stone and smashed its rod, making it spark and explode. Silence returned. Shakira stood over the bodies, breathing hard. "It's over," Turin said. She shook her head. "No, more will come." "But we hurt them today," he said. "You showed them you're not a test. You're a warrior." She looked at him, surprised. Then she hugged him. Not wild, not desperate, just grateful. "You stay with me," she whispered. He nodded. "I stay." Together, they walked deeper into the stronghold, away from the blood, toward the ancient heart of a lost people. Turin knew the fight wasn't over. But beside her, he wasn't afraid. Rescue or ruin. The jungle was quiet. Too quiet. No birds. No beasts. No wind. Turin stood at the edge of the ruins, looking up into the green sky. The trees swayed lightly, but the stillness was sharp. Behind him, Shakira crouched low, her ears twitching. She could feel it before he could see it. "Something's coming," she whispered. Turin nodded. He felt it too, in his bones, a low vibration. Then it happened. The clouds split open with a rumbling roar. A massive silver ship descended slowly, pushing air and dust in all directions. Lights flickered from its underbelly. It hovered above the clearing, and a deep mechanical voice echoed from a speaker. "Turin Doyle, this is Earth Federation Command. Prepare for extraction." Turin stepped back. His chest tightened. He had waited for this moment since the day he crashed. Rescue. Safety. Home. But now, he wasn't sure. He turned to Shakira. She stood still, eyes locked on the ship. Her claws curled, her body tense. Her heat cycle had ended days ago. She was herself now, clear, alert, but guarded. "Are those your people?" she asked quietly. Turin nodded. "Yes." She looked down. "Then you must go." He shook his head. "It's not that simple." The ship's ramp opened. 3 soldiers stepped out, clean, armored, rifles ready. Their boots hit the stone with sharp clicks. The lead soldier, a woman with short silver hair and a hard stare, raised a scanner toward Terran. "Alive and unharmed," she said. "Good to see you, Doyle. Get on board. You're going home." Terran didn't move. He looked at Shakira again. She hadn't moved either, but her breathing had changed. Slower, sadder. One of the soldiers finally noticed her. "What is that?" he said, stepping forward. "Alien life form, hostile or passive." Terran stepped in front of her. "She's not a threat. She saved me." Again and again. The soldier raised his weapon slightly. "She's not human. We can't confirm her behavior. Command will want her studied." Shakira growled low. The female officer narrowed her eyes. "Doyle, step aside. You don't understand what this is." "I do," Terran said. "She's not a what. She's a who. She's unstable. Look at her. She's not unstable," Terran snapped. "You are. You're judging her without knowing her." Shakira placed a hand on his shoulder. "Let them take me," she whispered. "You go." "No," he said softly. "Not if they treat you like an object." The soldiers raised their weapons. Terran lifted his hands. "Don't make this worse." The female officer gave a cold nod. "Protocol is clear. Unknown alien species with hybrid anatomy must be detained for testing." Shakira stepped back. Her eyes flashed gold. "No cage. Never again." Terran turned to her. "Run. Now." But she didn't. She stepped forward. "I fight." "Shakira." She raised her claws. But before anyone could strike, another voice came from behind them. A second shuttle dropped from the sky. Sleek, black, and faster than the first. Out stepped Director Halston, one of the highest-ranking Earth diplomats in alien relations. He raised a hand. "Stand down." The soldiers froze. "Sir, we were just." "I said stand down." Terran turned in shock. "Director." Halston nodded. "We've been monitoring this planet since your beacon activated, and we've been watching. Through the drones, through the satellites." Terran's eyes widened. You saw." Halston looked at Shakira. "Yes, and we weren't sure what to believe. Until now." He walked toward her slowly. She watched him with caution. "You were changed by the Criari," he said. "We have files. Reports. We never thought one of you survived." Shakira didn't answer. "We were wrong to believe your kind were just beasts," he continued. "You're intelligent, loyal, brave." She still didn't speak. Then Halston turned to Terran. "You've made a connection. A strong one." "I did," Terran said. "She's not just a survivor. She's someone worth fighting for." Halston nodded. "You have a choice now," he said. "We'll take you back, Terran. Safe. Clean. Back to Earth." "And her?" Terran asked. Halston sighed. "She won't be welcome on Earth. Not yet. People fear what they don't understand." Terran looked at Shakira. She already knew. "I stay here," she said. Terran's heart sank. "You don't have to," he whispered. She touched his chest. "This is my place, my people, my home." "But," she hesitated, "if you stay, I'm not alone." Halston spoke again. "We could assign you a post here. Research. Protection detail. You'd be official, but it would be a quiet life. No more Earth. No more career." Terran laughed bitterly. "You think I care about reports after what I've lived through?" Halston smiled faintly. "Didn't think so." He turned back to the ship. "Your call, Doyle. Come home, or stay with her." Terran looked at the trees, the strange light, the jungle that tried to kill him, the alien world that became a test of his soul. Then he looked at Shakira. Her eyes, her voice, her strength. His answer was clear. "I'm staying." Shakira's lips trembled. She tried to speak, but no words came. Instead, she just pulled him close and held him. The Earth ship lifted into the sky again. Silent, cold, empty now. Turin and Criari stood in the ruins of her old world, ready to build something new. Not human, not beast, just together, the human and the beast. The days passed slowly, like waves on a quiet shore. The ship was gone. The soldiers had left, and the jungle returned to its natural rhythm. Buzzing insects, glowing flowers, and winds that sang through twisted trees. Turin stood on a cliff, overlooking the wide valley below. The sun here was not yellow like Earth's. It was silver, and under that silver sun, life continued, different, strange, and beautiful. Behind him, Criari walked barefoot through soft moss. She wore new clothing, stitched from thick leaves and animal hide. Her claws were retracted, her eyes calmer now. Her heat cycle had passed, but something deeper had stayed behind. Connection, peace, and something close to love. They were not lovers in the way humans wrote poems about. Not yet. They were more like two broken stars pulled into each other's orbit, slow, cautious, powerful. Criari sat beside him. This land was full once, she said. My people danced here, sang here. Children played in those trees. Turin looked at the forest. It felt like a graveyard full of echoes. I'm sorry, he said. She touched his hand. You honor them. By staying. By helping me build again. And they were building. Each day, they cleared more of the ruins, dragged stones, rebuilt walls, planted seeds, boiled water. There was no technology, no weapons, just hands, sweat, and willpower. But Turin didn't miss Earth. Not once. He had traded noise for silence, lights for stars, loneliness for her. One evening, as fireflies blinked in the tall grass, Criari returned from hunting. She dropped a strange-looking animal at his feet, 4 legs, blue fur, long tail. For you, she said. Fresh. Turin smiled. I've never eaten something with 5 eyes before. Criari tilted her head. Tastes like chicken. He laughed. How do you know what chicken tastes like? She grinned. A rare sight. I don't. Just like your human jokes. Later, by the fire, they ate together. She watched him carefully. You've changed, she said. Turin blinked. How? You walk with head high now. You no longer smell like fear. You speak with strength. He shrugged. Maybe I found myself here. She nodded. You lost everything, but made something new. That's strength. They sat in silence again, the fire crackling. Then she looked at the stars. My cycle, it ended. I know, Turin said softly. But something remains. He turned to her. What do you mean? She hesitated. Her hand went to her stomach. I feel life. Inside me. Turin's heart skipped. You mean? I don't know. Not sure yet. But something grows. The fire between them flared gently. He leaned closer. Do you want that? She looked into his eyes. I don't know what future means, but I want it. If you're here. Turin nodded. I'm not going anywhere. The days turned to weeks. Seasons on this planet were strange. The sky changed color. The plants glowed brighter. The animals migrated in circles. But life found rhythm. One morning, Turin woke to the sound of laughter. Children. Not real ones, just echoes, memories locked in the stones. Criari stood nearby, her hand on the wall. They used to draw on this, she whispered. Stories, games, names. Turin stepped closer. Want to draw again? She looked surprised, then smiled. He gave her a stick. She carved a symbol into the stone. It looked like a circle, with 2 figures inside. One tall, one smaller, their hands touching. What's that? Turin asked. She looked at him. Us. They built a garden, a watchtower, a simple home with woven roofs and stone walls. They used solar panels from broken drones for energy, water filters, defense sensors. But what mattered most was the space they built between them. A space for trust. A space for healing. One night, lightning cracked across the sky. A storm rolled in. Turin and Shakira ran into their shelter, laughing, soaked to the bone. He dropped his tools. She dropped her spear. They sat on the floor, dripping. "You know," Turin said, "I never imagined this life." "You thought you'd be back on Earth," she replied. He nodded. "Married, kids, job, house." She tilted her head. "Is this worse?" He smiled. "No, it's just real." She leaned against him. "Real is better than dreams." He looked at her, saw the lines of strength in her face, the gentle curve of her mouth, the fire that no Criari could ever erase. "You know what you are," he said. She raised a brow. "A beast?" He shook his head. "A queen." She chuckled. "Of ruins?" "No. Of survival. Of fire. Of heart." Shakira closed her eyes. "Then you are my king." He looked out at the storm, then at her. "Then let's rule together, quietly." She rested her head on his shoulder. And the storm passed. 1 year later, the Earth Federation sent another ship. This time, they did not come with guns. They came with scanners, doctors, and respect. They found the ruins restored, clean, alive. And they found Turin and Shakira, standing side by side. Stronger, wiser, family now. They didn't ask her to come with them. They asked if they could learn. Shakira said yes, but only if they listened. And they did. The story of the Beastwoman in heat, who was more than instinct, more than muscle, more than myth, became legend. But only Turin knew the truth, that she was a mirror, and when he looked into her eyes, he saw the part of himself he never knew was missing.